The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Like a nagging wife.
Thursday. You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. It's 55 degrees. Actually, it's 60 degrees. It feels like 58. The high today is 67. The low tonight is 45. And there's no rain in the forecast. Only like a 3% chance. It's kind of
storm last night.
Yeah, it was crazy last night out here. I was up here doing crosstalk. Did you get out of here before the rain?
Yes, I did. Made it home in time. Yes, thank you. I did.
The goalposts were going crazy. The wind and the rain was blowing across. It was nuts up here. So, good show last night with old Dat Win, and good to catch up with that guy.
Man, yeah, it's always good to see a guy that's you know, he got 18 kids between him and this guy with that kind of football team.
Oh, actually, between him and Kurt, they got 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 basketball squads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Full squad. How you doing, Kurt?
Good.
Yeah, Jesse,
Good.
Thoughts and prayers with you yesterday.
Nice to see you back.
You doing okay?
Good to see
Hey,
you.
man, you know what? I normally don't get worried about a dude, man, but I was worried about yesterday. I was worried about you, player.
Well, how are you guys worried about me? And I never gave any indication that something was wrong with me.
That was all Chris's fault.
They did tell me you were all over the place yesterday.
Guilty.
What you mean?
They said you were all over the place.
Plus what?
Just topics, trying to stay on point. They said,
well, no, I was not all over the place. What I was doing was fending off.
He needed
this guy.
you yesterday.
I was fending off this guy.
We don't very often need you, Jesse. Actually, it's not a nice little break when you're not here, but we needed you yesterday.
How do you compliment me and backhand?
Because we actually get to talk when you're not here.
You don't talk.
He tried to become you, and he was terrible.
That was awful.
Yeah,
it was a bad day yesterday.
But I was fending off him saying, you and Jesse, I don't put me in there with Jesse. Now, this week you can put me in there with Jesse because we can't beat this. No.
Nate was trying to make the point yesterday that we haven't blown anybody out. And I was trying to make the point that we blew the Eagles out and we blew the Giants out. And he was like,
no. He's explained it wrong. He's explaining it wrong.
And then he came back and he reestablished himself and said, we have not had a 8 out of on a scale of 1 to 10 at 8 performance yet this year all the way around. I said, I agree with that. I agree with that. But he was trying to stand on the table and say we haven't blown anybody out. We blew the Eagles out.
Blown anybody out.
We blew the Eagles out.
Of meaningfulness. Is that what you're talking about?
Come on, bro.
Well, then say that. Don't just say we haven't.
Say that. Now you know.
Didn't say that. See, you're backtracking now.
No, I'm not backtracking.
I'm his interpreter.
Yes,
Thank you, Jesse.
Yes, you are.
The voice of reason and the voice of Nate Newton.
The problem here is how quickly we forget. And I'll use Parsons as an example.
I don't want to make sure we don't bury the lead today, though.
What's the lead? Randy Gregory?
The Randy Gregory story.
Yeah.
No, I'm not burying the lead, but let me say this quickly.
Okay.
We leading with a different topic. We won't bury it.
We just digging on.
You got to understand, less than 5 months ago, we mad because Randy Gregory fell to us and that was our draft pick. Today, we cannot survive without Randy Gregory. How quickly our fans forget that last year we couldn't stop a baby. We couldn't stop a baby with the runs.
How about last week?
You know what I'm saying? We couldn't stop a baby with the runs with our defensive line. Now, you know what I'm saying? How quickly we forget how bad things could be and how we over-exaggerate everything. Now we don't have Randy Gregory. Now this guy we didn't want last year in Parsons when we drafted him. Oh, man, we just put him at defensive end. That'll fix all the problems. Now who we got at linebacker? Remember, we ain't got no more linebackers.
I got to turn my headphones down.
So now, okay. I don't want to bury the lead. Let's go with Randy Gregory and his soft tissue injury.
You got to put him on a brat diet.
The what diet?
The brat.
The brat diet.
What's that?
When the baby has the runs.
What's the brat diet?
I don't know what that is.
Kurt knows what
I
it
don't
is.
know.
I don't know. Where you going with
started
this,
on
Jess?
this,
The
do we?
brat diet. What is the brat diet?
You know what that
Chris
is,
said,
right?
do we really want to get started on this? No.
It's like bread. What is it? Bread,
Rice.
rice, applesauce, and what's the tea? I don't know what the tea is.
Look it up.
Okay.
It's all good. But anyway,
Analytics guy, look it up.
Yeah.
All right, what's the lead?
Man, just give him some peanut butter. It'll stop him up.
well, in Mike McCarthy's presser this morning, he revealed that
30 minutes
yesterday,
ago.
30 minutes ago, that yesterday in practice, Randy Gregory suffered, what is that, fourth calf injury of the year? Third or fourth calf injury?
Yeah.
Gallup.
Used to be hamstrings around here. Now it's calves, huh?
So Randy Gregory suffered a calf injury in practice yesterday, and it'll be a multiple week injury. They're discussing whether or not he will go on IR. And we know that IR puts you with 3 games, at least 3 games. And we're coming down this. We always have that brutal November stretch where we play those 3 games in 13 days or something like that. So
He's probably out. Well, I don't want to speculate. I don't want Brick coming in here and regulating on
they
it.
said multiple weeks, so we'll go multiple weeks until they say
Sounds like
otherwise.
he's going to miss his stretch.
So he'll miss multiple weeks,
man.
whatever that means. They'll evaluate it as it comes and give us information. But now that leaves us without Tank, without Randy Gregory,
Rendery.
and a defense that last week, if Vic Fangio had the blueprint,
Broke
as
the
he
code,
said,
yeah.
broke the code, and teams weren't playing the Cowboys right, does Atlanta now have the advantage?
Nate, you don't look worried. That does that bother you?
No. That Randy is out, our most dominant defensive end. Yes, that bothers me. But we should have the players and Basham. We getting Armstrong back. We getting all of these guys back. We just keep the rotation.
Yeah, but now the rotation changes.
It does. We don't have that relentless pass rush anymore. But man, come on, man, Atlanta. Come on.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily Atlanta. It's in Kansas City.
No.
Raiders.
No. If you don't beat Atlanta,
Saints.
don't worry about Kansas City. Raiders.
Well,
If you
here's-
can't beat Atlanta, don't
here-
worry about
You don't
them.
seem worried about Atlanta.
Here's my concern. My concern is this. With the absence of Tank, Randy has been one of the most consistent guys of creating some sort of pressure. He and Micah Parsons lead the team, and I think they're tied in sacks on the team. So he's been doing his part as far as getting sacks, but he's also been doing his part as getting the pressure on the quarterback. And despite how you may feel about Atlanta as a whole, you give a guy like Matty Ice time, he can complete some passes. You give any quarterback in this league enough time. I mean, hell, you saw what happened last week with Teddy Two Gloves. You give him a little bit of time, he can complete passes. Matt Ryan last week went for almost 350 and a couple touchdowns.
135 rating or something like that.
Yeah, so he coming off a pretty good game last week, and so now here we are again having to stretch our defense. Because now, what do you play Micah? I mean, yeah, what do you play Micah? Does he become your rush in? Because you have to create some pressure? Do you leave him at linebacker? I mean, they're going to try to do all they can to get Cordell Patterson up and running. And I know we're talking about Atlanta's offense today, correct? Mm-hmm. So, Cordell Patterson is a guy that's going to be a focal point because they line him up. He's their Swiss Army knife. And I'm sorry, I don't care if it's Diggs, Brown, JK, or whoever. You give him enough time, you're going to have trouble dealing with Kyle Pitts. That's just fact. You give Matt Ryan enough time, and you're going to have trouble dealing with Kyle Pitts.
You might have trouble with him anyway, regardless of time.
I'm actually kind of excited to see him
Pitts?
play in person. Yeah, a little bit.
I can understand that. I get like that sometimes too.
Yeah.
Like, when you're playing against somebody, like, all right,
Let's see what
let's
this
see what
guy's
this guy can
about.
do.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that this is
Is Amari Cooper playing?
C.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is Zeke playing?
You're not worried about this defense.
Is Zeke playing?
But you're not worried about the defense.
As of today, he is.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, man.
Nate's mad at you for
He is.
questioning him.
No. I'm with you. I'm with you. I understand y'all concerns.
Yeah, but do you?
Yeah,
'Cause
I really do.
I mean, this is another premier player on your team that is lost. Another one.
All right.
We
started the season with Randy Gregory, right? We started the season with him starting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did we? Did we start the season with Randy Gregory starting?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did he have 2 or 3 sacks and all of that? He didn't even really have no pressures the first 2 or 3 games, did he? I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. This is not about Atlanta and what they can do. This is about number 4 finding his rhythm. This is about number 21 tightening up his big boy underwear and coming to work. This is about our offensive line, right and left tackles doing what they have to do. Because if we can get back to just who we are offensively, I ain't worried about no Atlanta. Come on, man, for real.
Now, here's where I argue with that is I have no concern that number 4 will get back to where he has to get to. Right? I think history tells us that he'll bounce back. I think Zeke will bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're a little bit
if the offensive line plays
bullish
well,
and a little bit foolish if you just can say
if
that
the offensive line plays
our right
well,
and left
over.
tackles are just going to automatically in week 2 of them playing that new position just dominate. I think there's question there. I think that's a position that we have to question. I'm not saying that it's a big question mark. It's a question. We have to come out and say, will Terrence Steele have a better week this week than he had last week? Will Lyle Collins? And for Lyle Collins, it was all about conditioning. It was all about conditioning. He wore down and was tired. And I always defer to you when it comes to offensive linemen. I'm never going to argue the things of that.
We're on the same page with that. They've gotten the weekend. Atlanta is on the upcome. Okay, I'll go to out of the last 6 games, they've won 4. Out of the last 5, they've won 4. This team is not better than our team, even without Randy Gregory.
Okay.
These guys had got punched in the mouth last week. They got punched in the mouth.
Talking about the Cowboys?
Yeah. If they are a good team, which I think they are, Quentin Bohannon, Justin Hamilton will tighten up their game. Coach will come up with a nice scheme, and all these dudes have to do is execute, come up and tackle. They did not tackle well last week. They let teams get out on their edges last week. They were a two-way team. Now, if they come out and they running and passing on us, y'all understand they'll be like, oh my God, this is over. But if we can handle one of their situations and make them one-dimensional with the help of our offense, it all comes to our offensive line.
I think
if they are stable, we will get these guys.
I think that's a concern, though. Can they make them one-dimensional? I don't know if they have been a big play. They've given up big plays all year. They give a ton up against Denver, and they've kind of been saved by the turnovers, which they haven't had any turnovers the last 2 weeks. And now you're taking out one of your best, pass rushers.
Your best pass rusher that you have left.
Okay, all right. Since this is such a big concern.
You're super cavalier about this, bro. Like you're just like, whatever.
This is a big concern.
Like
at the end of the show will tell me what I want to know. Okay, at the end of the show will tell me what I really want to know.
Oh, no, it won't.
Yeah, it will.
This show today.
Yes, it
We're
will.
gonna do predictions tomorrow.
Tomorrow then, or the next day, or whenever.
What is in your coffee?
I think we all believe they'll win. I think we're all just concerned that. Not just
I don't
Atlanta,
know, do we? Jesse, do you think
going forward, there's going to be – they're going to have to score 30 points again.
I do think they're going to win.
Okay.
But I'm not as confident as I was 2 hours ago.
I think let me try to interpret. Since Jesse interpreted the beginning of the show, you're saying this team is better than just losing one guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they are. I think
But he's not just a guy. Like he is.
He's not a Jag.
He's not a Jag.
He's not a Jesse Holly.
He's not. Trust me, he's not. I am not him, and he is not me. I think he holds a greater value to what they do on the defensive side of the ball.
I'm just basing this off of one game. Kurt said earlier, you just got to look past this one game. No, I'm basing it off this one game right here that the Cowboys should be better than this team. Just this one game where the Cowboys have got punched in the mouth.
But I shouldn't say entire, but across the front line, defensively, they're all backups.
Who that?
Everybody that's playing now.
Except Gregory, it's been that way all the while.
And that's what I'm saying.
He said these guys are backups. All these guys are backups. Okay, take away Gregory, put Gregory in there, and they're still playing with what? 6 backups. Right. Am I correct?
And that's what I'm saying. And now you add another backup to the mix, which means now a guy who was a third stringer now moves to a second stringer and now has to play significant snaps.
Sometimes you got – so last week we emphasized – not only did Denver run for 190 yards, they did it with 3 backups. So you're saying backups can't do a job?
No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, and you can take that small sample size.
No, that is a sample size that has been proven. A sample size that has been proven. Did they not bust us for 190?
You can take.
Was it not 3 backups?
You can take that
our
small.
Backups on the line last
you can
week.
take that small sample size and make that. The entire.
And you can take it to McDonald's and make it a supersize because they busted us for 190 yards.
Against our backup defensive lineman.
What a burger.
Okay, was not Randy Gregory in there last week? He was not a backup.
You just said the other 5 or 6 were.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. They got busted in the mouth.
Okay.
They walking around with a big wound on them, and they mad. They out there practicing now. I think the coach had to blow the whistle because they walked out on the field fighting, upset and mad. So these guys are ready. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna call a timeout here. I'm
like Charles Barkley. I guarantee.
My head. You know how this guarantees goes.
My head hurts after that first segment. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it back together.
That's a big one.
We're gonna talk to Nate in the break.
What
and
size
figure out
are the aspirins you have to take? They're like
I
this
told
big.
you yesterday. Is it anything changed since last night at the end of the show when you asked us about who was gonna win? Has anything changed? And I went home and thought about it. It's nothing's gonna change.
All right, we'll see if anything changes during the break when we come back.
Unless you're gonna bring some Wingstop or something like that in
changed.
No thighs.
Yeah, my mouth will be full.
On Hanging with the Boys. Be right back.
My mouth will be full.
Jesus.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So, to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
How great would it be to travel to watch the Cowboys win on another team's turf? Pretty great. But honestly, just watching the game from anywhere but your house would be fun. Even a hotel bar with some guy named Phil from St. Louis who thinks Oakland still has a team. So whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
To the dark side.
Download the official app of the
the
Dallas
fat
Cowboys to get access to in-market game broadcasts, mobile tickets, daily podcasts, live pregame and postgame shows, game updates, and more. Download in the app or Google Play stores now. All right, see if we can get Nate back on track.
I'm back on track.
I think he just thinks we're off track.
He does.
Y'all are.
Maybe we are. Who knows?
I got to do some shout-outs. I missed shout-outs yesterday.
You did? Oh, Lord. All right, the second segment, I'll be back for the third segment.
Nah, this is going to be quick. I'm doing this quickly.
Okay.
You all got this too. Shout out to diehard Cowboy family in South Louisiana. That's your neck of the woods, right? Yeah. To North Vermilion, yeah. 8th grade team for winning a championship for the first time. Maurice, Louisiana. I think that's whatever. Shout out to Preston and his son Camden. Camden is huge to be only in the 8th grade. This dude is huge. I'll show you a picture. This dude is huge. Shout out to them. Shout out to, this is from Sharita. She wants to give a shout out and happy Veterans Day. Today's Veterans Day. So shout out to all our men and women who serve and keep us safe. But Sharita wanted to give a special shout out to her favorite veteran, her mom, retired Master Sergeant Tarina Johnson. So she says, she's a listener to our hour. So Sharita and to Master Sergeant Tarina Johnson, shout out to you from Hanging with the Boys. And I got one more special one. This is a very unique special one that we have to get in because I forgot it last week.
Come on, let's go.
Relax. I got this. This is a special one.
Okay.
This is a shout out to. This is from Stacy Nolan.
Stacy, what's up?
This is the dude. So don't start saying. This is a dude.
See, why you always do that, man?
All right, man. Because I'm trying to save you from yourself. Shout out to Stacy Nolan, but he wanted us to give a shout out to his beloved son, Gage Nolan.
Stacy.
Gage was turned 16, but unfortunately he lost his life in 2018 in gun violence. But he wants us to give a shout out to him and to his family, his wife Jessica Nolan. He appreciates our show so much. He loves all of our stories. He loves watching us. He loves, we bring him so much joy. So shout out to you, Stacy, Jessica, and Gage Nolan from Hanging with the Boys.
There you go.
And I'm glad you cut me off there.
See?
Let me say this right here before we get started.
What?
Oh boy.
Y'all come on over to the fat side. And believe what I'm saying. Or y'all just get ready to go to Mexico because this is where this dude's gonna take
we don't. We
saying.
believe all believe the Cowboys are still going to win this football game.
We're just concerned a little bit.
There has to be a little concern when you lose your best, your second to third best player on defense.
4 games in 18 days. Is that what we're coming up on?
Mm-hmm. I'm a little worried.
You may miss them all.
I'm not as worried about this week like you guys. I'm not as worried about this week as
not as you guys. They are worried. I am not.
We think they'll win.
If you listen to Coach McCarthy, he came in, locked and loaded today, man. I mean, go back and look at this. He came in locked and loaded. He said, yes.
He doesn't play defensive end, though,
I feel bad for Gregory, but my job is to get the next player. Who is the next player up? Basham. You know what I'm saying?
Chauncey Goldston.
Yes, Chauncey. All of these guys.
Who didn't play well last week, by the way.
And you know what? And Coach Quinn said, you know what? That's why I ain't hotty duty and going out to breakfast and trying to email these cats. I got to get guys in gear to play. This is the same team that a week ago or 2 weeks ago that all y'all was trying to, and I was saying, hey, hold on now. Now y'all in the hold on mode. We ain't finna hold on. We finna let this thing go.
You know what we're not going to do? We're not going to spend 2 segments on Randy Gregory.
Okay,
so
thank you.
Move on, Nate. Move on.
I've been moved on. When Coach walked away, when Coach Freaky Mike walked away, I was through with it then. I told it, Douglas in there, what is his name?
Barraclough.
Don't do Douglas like that.
What is his name? Elvis?
Dougie Fresh.
Okay. Anyway.
By the way, I love everyone that hits me up on social media. Thank you for listening to the show. I don't do shout-outs. That's Jesse's gig.
That's Jesse's deal.
So everybody hits me up on Instagram and Twitter and want a shout-out. Hit up Jesse. That's Jesse's deal.
Jesse love that.
I will talk to you in person. Come talk to me at the game. Pull me over when I'm walking in my car at the Star. I got to start writing everybody's name. I will do in-person shout-outs. So if you meet me in person, I'll do those shout-outs. Jesse is the social media shout-out guy. So I love all of you.
And his backup and his
He
assistant.
likes to take pictures with
I love taking pictures.
See how he always tries to do stuff like that? Like,
and his assistant.
You say you try to throw a shot to make you feel like you less than.
You know what, man?
What's wrong with you today, man?
I'm going to eat me a cookie.
Did that win make you mad last night?
I love that win. I love it.
Did Mickey make you mad last night?
No, they feel like I feel. They feel like I feel.
Why are you so grumpy
How do they
today?
feel? Well, how do they feel?
We're going to win this game handily.
You know what? Here's what I think about the game. To me, this is a defining moment in the season. You got your butt kicked by an okay team.
Average team.
Average, exactly.
With a nice defense.
And you got spoiled. You thought you were going to mow through them and you're going to roll into Kansas City and beat them because they're having an off year, and then you're going to roll on through the next, you don't have a test until maybe the Raiders, and we looked at the schedule. I think this game, how they handle that loss, I think it's going to tell you a lot about is this a playoff winning caliber team? You got punched in the mouth. Do you come out flat again, which they've had problems with in the past, or do you come out and you just
punched in the mouth and now a big player down? So how are they going to respond?
Do you blow the Falcons out like you should, or do you struggle? And I think this is a big game, man. I think it wasn't, but after you did that against the Broncos, I think this is a big game. What are you looking at Jesse all crazy for?
Because I want him to roll. I mean, once you get through, just roll it on out, Jess. How it's going to go?
I hope they respond. I'm looking for a response. I'm looking to hear, because the last 2 weeks we've heard that they didn't have good practices. And that has translated into the football game.
They're out there practicing now, and we will not tell you what we will see what they see. We see in practice, but I'm gonna go out there, and I already know right now how that practice is going. It is crisp, it is fast, and it is doing.
You were drinking so much Kool-Aid. Is it Kool-Aid in that cup? I thought it was coffee.
No, he ain't drinking Kool-Aid. He's eating something because I can hear it.
I'm sorry. I will stop eating. What I was trying to do was distract
you eating
myself
the cheese over
from
there?
being so positive.
He's eating the cheese.
It sounds good in my ears.
You know what? I'm just gonna gain all my weight back.
And go play?
I'm just gonna start ignoring everybody because my ears will be full of fat. I'm just gonna.
That doesn't sound like the proper response.
I just hope this new kicker is working on that watermelon kick, because that's the only thing that took to beat this team last year.
I'm gonna tell you, man, this is gonna be such a fun game for me.
Are you worried about the kicker, by the way?
Yeah, you mean the guy who never kicked the NFL kick before?
They brought in Maher
I would say I'm worried.
and this guy. Where's this guy come from? He's
CFL.
He's Canadian, right?
He
played.
He used to kick in longer field goals than this.
Nate is just not worried this week, is he? It amazes me how nonchalant he is about
Let's
this
all
game.
take whatever's in that cup and take a sip. I know it's COVID season, but
It's the
whatever's in
Kool-Aid.
that cup,
He's drinking the
I need
Kool-Aid. The
some.
blue Kool-Aid is in that
Kool-Aid.
cup, and the cheese is. I thought that was peanut butter crackers. It must be cheese. and
I
crackers.
think that a lot of times when things happen and you do talk podcasts or talk radio, you have shows that come on in quick blurps. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times we want to make sure that we put the right amount of fear and hesitation and keep the audience. You know what? Those that are riding with me, hit Jesse. And those that are not riding with me, hit Jesse. And let us know.
Give him your well wishes and prayers.
Screw all y'all for that too. But no. Okay, so
Terrell Basham.
we're not talking about defense. We're talking about
Stop. Get off the Randy Gregory train.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're moving on.
All right. What are we talking about now?
The train has left the station.
So now when you look at where the Atlanta Falcons are offensively, and despite how you feel about their team offensively, you got to give there has to be a level of respect that you give to Matt Ryan. Yes?
Yeah.
She's still
68% passing. Oh, yeah. He going to cut you like a Swiss Army knife. He going 1,000 ways. But you know what? It's okay. It's all right.
So we watched in the last couple of weeks, and I think we've all come to the conclusion that Diggs is a really good player, a really good opportunistic player. He's not a shutdown corner. Yes? Have we come to that conclusion?
I've been on that conclusion.
Not a shutdown corner, not a shutdown corner, not a shutdown corner.
You've always been on that.
Right? So good player, opportunistic. You give him a chance, he'll pick you off.
Right.
But there's also some flaws in his game, whether it be the penalties or sometimes him being a little bit too nosy in the backfield and giving up big plays. Is that a concern for you coming into this game? Because they're going to want to – Matt Ryan's always going to be a guy who takes his chances. He's going to always be a guy who throws the ball downfield. And outside of Kyle Pitts, Russell Gage is a guy who's a really good route runner. You got, Tajay Sharp. But it's going to come down to that Kyle Pitts kind of matchup. Do you say we're taking Diggs and now he's on Kyle Pitts? Because I think Diggs does a better job with size. Guys who are bigger, who maybe not be as shifty or as quick. He can stay with them, get physical with them. Do you move him inside and say, all right, you'll be on Kyle Pitts, or do you leave him outside to deal with some of the smaller, quicker, fast twitch guys and say, okay, Jaron Kearse or Hooker or whoever, maybe even some Jordan Lewis will play over Kyle Pitts?
No, not Jordan Lewis. Not on Kyle Pitts. Okay. No, sir. That ain't happening. You don't do that.
Diggs
that dude will run that dude right over.
Diggs big enough to handle Pitts?
Nobody really has the size, but if the biggest of the DBs that we have out there would be
J-Ron.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know if he's fast enough or athletic enough to deal with Kyle Pitts.
Because they opened the game against the Saints. He dropped a 40-yard bomb.
Right.
Pitts dropped me. That was one of their best corners. He double moved him, and I was like, whoa, this is kind of sweet, But
from the corners, Diggs is the biggest corner that we have outside of Wright. He's a taller guy, but he's not, he's not getting any snaps on that. So, and you see, and Diggs has saying, I played against Evans, I played against Mike Williams. Those are all, Tim Patrick wore him out a little bit last week. So you're talking about all guys who are 6'4" and up, and some of the receivers that he's played against this year. So Nate, as far as stopping a guy like Kyle Pitts, because I think when I can't think of the guy's name now who's taking some time off.
Ridley.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley not being in there. They're trying to get the ball to Kyle Pitts. Is this a situation where you're saying, all right, we're matching up our best against their best?
Yeah, definitely. But the thing about it is Diggs will be able to match up with him. Now, when it comes to the 50-50 balls, it's going to be a fight, but Diggs should come out ahead of the game a little bit better. And now you one thing that don't scare me is
Randy Gregory being out.
Who do you double? Who scares you so much besides that quarterback? And I know Cordell is nice, and doesn't. But what scares you? Is it their run game? Is it Cordell running the ball? Is it the other young guy running? I mean, when you look at this offense, besides the quarterback who's masterful, I always liked Ryan. I think he's a good guy and he's really adjusted his game. But I'm trying to look at this thing and say, okay, if we do our job, keep these guys in front of us. That's Pitts, that's Cordero Patterson. I'm trying to get it right because I'm seeing all these R's and E's, and he got
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, so it is. I have more problem pronouncing this kid game than we do covering him, right?
Well, he leads NFL running backs in receiving yards. Is that a problem for the Cowboys?
Yes. Especially if you decide that I'm going to use Micah Parsons as a rusher. If I'm going to take Micah Parsons and now make him an edge rusher, you're now telling me that I have to have Keanu Neal and I have to have Leighton Vander Esch as my starting linebacker.
I tell you what, let's take a break and let's talk about how they're going to use Cordero Patterson whenever we come back.
Arrelle.
Because I want to know what you guys think. How? Because he's gone from almost a non-topic to in the last few weeks. It's like, okay, this guy's found his place in this offense. So let's talk about Jesse. I want to get your take on what he's going to do, and Nate, I want you to try to pronounce his name again when we come back on Hangin with the Boys, the People Show.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So, to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hi, I'm Clint Tillison with...
And I'm Jay Novacek, and we're both with...
United Ag and Turf, the official tractor provider of the Dallas Cowboys.
So, if you need a tractor to bale some hay, a mower to cut some grass, or a gator to get some chores done...
Get a John Deere at United Ag and Turf.
And then, let's get to work.
Hey, Jay, that's my line.
Well, not today.
Get to work with a John Deere tractor package that's just right for you and your budget. Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Cowboys fans, join the NFL in supporting our nation's service members by wearing the latest Dallas Cowboys Salute to Service gear. Visit your local Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop or shop.dallascowboys.com. A fanatic's experience to find the full assortment of Salute to Service gear. You're listening to The People Show. Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holly, Nate Newton, Shannon Gross, Chris Beam in the back with Aaron and Will upstairs. And we are talking about Cowboys versus the Atlanta Falcons. I want to know, first, Nate, how do you pronounce that guy's name? How do you pronounce Patterson's first name?
You ready?
Yep.
His number is 84. Cordarrelle Patterson. He's a do-all type guy.
How do you pronounce it? How you say it, though?
Cordarrelle. Cordero.
There you go.
Yeah, I knew how to pronounce it yesterday because me and my man went over it like 8 times, me and Kyle, but I said, I messed it up a couple of times. Then I get it right when I go on TV like I did yesterday.
Like, you have to do a bit with your social media team, like, as your...
the boss is here.
As your
Be on your best behavior, Jesse. Don't say anything about Derek. He's in the hall.
As you're foreshadowing what the season is, like, go through every team and pick the hardest name and have Nate pronounce, like, in week 1 you have whoever the hardest name on that team and have Nate pronounce it.
Do it like in a hardcore documentary style where he's sitting there and he's in his suit like he did the Snickers commercial for us, and he's like,
you can crack jokes, but when I win this game handily Sunday.
Gio from New Jersey says we should have spent a portion of today's show just having Nate pronounce our new kicker's last name.
The one that we will not use because we're going to score 7 points, 8. We're going to do 2 points every time after we score 6.
What is his name?
Okay. Pick it, Nate. Let's all have a shot at the new guy's name.
What is it? I don't even know his name.
I gotta.
Yep, you okay? Your turn, Jesse.
I'm good. I know I can't pronounce it.
I honestly don't even know his first or last name. I knew
Maher. And even when the coach don't even pronounce his name.
Can you pronounce their kicker for Atlanta?
Yo, let's try this. This is gonna be a fun one. Don't give him the enunciation.
I'm looking for enunciation.
No.
yeah, cool.
What's the first name?
Yeah, I got that. Cool.
What's the first name?
What's his first name, Nate?
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Young Ho Koo. Is that not it?
Young Ho Koo.
Yeah.
Young Wei.
Young Wei. Cool.
Yeah. Well, however you want to go away, he gonna go away when we whoop that behind. I know that right there. Y'all don't feel this victory?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay, let me help y'all. They have Deion Jones on defense. He is a in-between guy. He is a guy that has that ability to blitz from different angles. But if you line him up and go straight at him, game over. Grady Jarrett is an athletic guy. He's 5'8", 305, athletic guy. Put a body on him. He's through. Okay, secondary. Help me out, Jesse. I do not know any of these guys. They got Yeah.
AJ Terrell's a good player.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
You know what? That's one guy. Well, come on, man.
So what do they say?
Two people got to play for me. Only two people got to show up on offense.
Dak and Zeke?
Nope.
The left tackle.
Number 19 and Zeke. That's all I need. If number
left
19,
tackle. How about Steele over there?
Wait. All right.
All right.
And how many guys are they? Or is it Atlanta fearing on our defense?
How many they fearing on our defense? They don't have to. They know Quinn gonna have these boys racked and ready, bro.
So you're telling me
I don't know
19 and 21.
I don't know what you just did, Nate, but do it more often because Jesse pushed the microphone away from his face and
19
and 21. You know who they are, right?
I know exactly who they are.
Okay, all right.
You're telling me those are the only two that you need offensively to show up.
If they show up in a big way, meaning being themselves, this game over, bruh.
About 4.
He already said we can take that for granted. He said that at the beginning of the show that we can take number 4 for granted.
No, I didn't say
even the head coach. Even when they asked the head, when they asked Coach Freaky Mike, what about Dak is all right? Dak is good. We're not worried about Dak. So that left the next two more important people to me, which the offensive line is one group. So that's that one person. The next in this group is 21 and 19. If they going,
before
you better hope the Cowboys win.
Yeah.
You better hope the Cowboys win.
This is going to come back on it.
Because if they don't win,
I'm on you.
You can't be on me because if they don't win, if they don't win, then
take Monday off.
Then y'all stop worrying about them 3 games in 21 days because it's over for all us. Okay? Okay, it's over for all of us.
If they don't win, it's his turn to keep my kid.
Yeah, right.
My wife's sick. He won't be here Monday.
Man, I will keep your kid. It's certain things you cannot have happen. You said it. If they don't win this game, now and Gregory out, where's the momentum? You got to have some momentum going into these
We all know that. Okay, and that's why they need momentum. They know they got to win.
And that's why what I'm saying, it got to be the gospel. That's why what I'm saying, if they got to strain, pop, grind, twist everything they can to win this. This is it.
He's speaking this into existence. You realize that, right?
I'm all for it.
That's what he's doing.
Speak it.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Y'all, you know, what type of shirt you got on?
Because they have to win. Because they have to win, they're gonna win.
What type of shirt you got on, man?
That's Nate's philosophy.
Yeah,
I like that shirt.
Yeah. The greats:
Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, Kobe.
Where I'm at. I'm a great interpreter.
You bumped your head before you walked in here.
He did a show last night. He said
we did a show.
Weren't you there?
Yeah.
He was the what he's doing now. He's faking it today, but he was better last night.
Thank you.
Well, don't give them all the good Shannon and give us the crap Shannon.
That's what he do, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Stop.
He will be Mr. Let's go into a break here, fellas, and we're gonna be. Ask my man. Yo.
Ask him what?
Ask him.
What are you know what? I ain't going to bring him in here, man.
Why
I ain't going to bring him.
Because you're scared of what he's going to say to you.
Bring him in. Hang on. We'll bring them all in here. Let's see.
Church.
Barry, come here. Newey, come here. We're having a debate on the air.
And ask the question right. Ask the question right.
We'll let you ask the question.
Yep.
We'll let you ask it.
Grab a headset.
We'll let you ask
And I'm not asking Newey. I'm not asking a professional. I'm asking a.
Oh, so Barry's not a professional now.
No. I'm talking about he a player with the heart of knowing what I'm talking about.
Nate is not worried.
You have just took him away out of the player's lane. You have took him out of the player's lane. Dog.
Welcome to the show, Barry Church and Newey Scruggs.
Dog.
What's going on?
Is you worried about Atlanta?
He ain't worried at all. He ain't worried about Randy Gregory. He ain't worried about the kicker.
I'm worried about Randy Gregory.
No, you changed your story. Okay.
We spent a whole first segment.
I have been listening to this show. You just flip-flop, bro.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
These gentlemen just called you out. You flip-flop.
This is what I've said. I'm not worried about Gregory missing this game. But I am worried about it that he's hurt because of the future. But this game here, it don't matter because we should be good enough by getting hit in the mouth last week. We should be good enough to take these dudes. That's what I'm saying.
How were you good enough when you got punched in the mouth last week and you lose your best player defensively on the line?
Okay, they say all we got is backup.
Matty Ice, man. It could be a long day. That's all I'm saying. That worries me a little bit.
Wow. What other player said that, Nathaniel?
It could be a long one.
This is the problem that all of y'all have.
We didn't win no Super Bowls?
No. Forget the Super Bowl. That's been so.
Yeah, I would always pull that card.
So long.
Wait a minute. You dropped the F-bomb.
F-bomb.
He did?
Yeah, I think
like
he did.
Sure
Look, you run everybody off. They don't want to be associated with this foul language on this show.
Forget the Super Bowl.
I don't know if you did.
I don't know.
Chris?
I think he said forget.
I said forget the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, anyway.
I'll go back and look.
Them dudes there, man, they, just for them to be next to our show is greatness. Anyway. I can't expect for nobody to believe. Charles Barkley, where are you? I guarantee.
You know what? That's the ender. We got to get out of here.
I'm eating me another cookie. Man.
I hope you come back down to earth
Eat
tomorrow.
some more of that cheese.
Kurt, good seeing you.
Oh my God, he took a shot at me before we went off
Jesse,
air.
good seeing you. Nate.
Salute to all the veterans.
I hope I come in here as hype about this team tomorrow as you were today.
Let's
go. Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air.
That's all I got to say.
William,
we're going to eat the Falcons up. We're going to pluck them and boil them and eat the Falcons
William,
up.
thanks for keeping us on the air, hopefully. Aaron, thanks for keeping Chris straight.
Bucky Brooks, we still love you.
Newey, Barry, thank you for coming in here and calling
Barry, I don't believe
us.
you, man. I don't believe you, Barry.
We will be back tomorrow.
Newey, I expected it.
With Mama
Barry,
Gross and our predictions for the game and your calls on the People Show. Thanks for bearing with Nate and us for the last 45 minutes. This has been Hanging with the Boys.
We're going to beat the brakes off these boys.
Bye-bye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!